Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where skincare is all about progression over perfection because perfection doesn't exist. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok to see a lot of stuff you're not going to see here on YouTube. Here. We all know influencers get a lot of comments that they don't ask for. Hate comments, the you look tired comments, the have you put on weight comments, have you seen what they're saying about you on Reddit comments. None of those get to me. What gets to me is the terrible advice that people who don't believe in skincare or have a certain very specific view on skincare give to other people in the comments section or give me. A lot of the time it's like skincare is a scam, none of it works, all that kind of stuff. So I want to take a look at some comments that I've received and tell you why it's pretty much terrible advice. Let's start off with the first one because I am guaranteed to get this comment on every single video. For better skin, all you have to do is drink lots of water. I cured my acne by drinking lots of water and variations of drinking lots of water to help cure whatever's going on your skin. You know, or all skincare is a waste of money, just drink water. If that was a thing, skincare wouldn't exist. If the cure for all skincare was eating healthy and drinking water and doing exercise, then skincare wouldn't exist. It just wouldn't be a thing that's needed. I wish that as a healthy, active 13-year-old with acne, I wish I knew that a couple of hours on the Wii Fit and drinking 8 pints of water a day would cure everything for me. That would have saved so much hassle. Here's the thing, drinking water is good for you. We know it is. Your skin is an organ, it needs water to function. However, drinking less than the recommended amount of water daily will not make your skin worse or will not cause acne. Drinking more or the recommended dose of water daily will not cure your acne. It will not make your spots, it will not make your skin any better or any worse. There's no correlation between drinking water and the condition of your skin. And people are always like, I disagree, water's good for you. Water is good for you to help your body function overall. And of course, water is going to help your skin function because it, as I said, it is an organ, but there is no correlation between breaking out the surface of your skin and drinking 8 pints of water a day. It's not going to hydrate your skin any more or any less unless you're severely dehydrated. Drinking a recommended amount of water isn't going to solve that. There has been very minimal amount of studies on the correlation of water and your skin. I think a lot of people are always like, show me the science behind this skincare. People don't put a lot of money into studying skincare. They just don't do it. There's not a lot of research. So when people say there's no science behind this, it's not because it doesn't work, it's because no one's paying to have this research done. One particular study took a deeper dive into the 8 pints of water a day myth. This took place in 2010, and again, they found no correlation between drinking 8 pints of water a day and better, healthier, hydrated skin. Another study took place in 2007, testing the effects of oral hydration on skin microcirculation, and again, they found no correlation between drinking water and the benefits on your skin. I just realized I got like a mark on here. I just filmed a video with my brother. If you're not following our joint channel, go and check it out. It's skincare and makeup, but it's a lot more lighthearted, and we don't take ourselves very seriously over there. So go and check it out. Staying hydrated obviously does no harm and we should be drinking water, but to tell people simply drinking water cured your acne or will cure their acne is a no. If you are that person who drinks a lot of water and it keeps your skin healthy, congratulations, you have won the genetics lottery. That's all it is. This is the one that really bothers me. This one bit of advice. Don't stress out, have a bath, light a candle, do some yoga. I am a victim of stress breakouts. I mention quite often on here that my rosacea flares up when I'm stressed out, when I've got a lot to do, when I'm trying to meet deadlines, when I'm generally panicking about stuff. And I can pretty much time when I get a breakout because of stress. Unlike drinking 8 pints of water a day, there is a link between stress and your skin. To put it very simply, when we are stressed, our body releases a hormone, cortisol, and this can lead to many different things, not just in your skin, but in your body. You've got inflammation, impaired skin barrier, overproduction of oils, trouble sleeping, wrinkles, droopy skin, rosacea flushes, acne breakouts, all linked to stress. So it really is important to try and stay relaxed and get your sleep, whatever that may be for you. Again, it's one of those things like 8 pints of water is a guideline. Your body will tell you when you're dehydrated. What is it, 8 hours of sleep? I don't know. I don't even know because I don't get it, but that's also a guideline. Your body will let you know when you've not had enough sleep, you know? However, when someone is stressed out, the worst thing you can do is tell them to relax. Don't tell me to relax. because it doesn't help. But realistically, and most importantly, especially nowadays in today's climate, not everyone has the luxury of being able to relax, and not everyone has the luxury of being able to get a recommended amount of hours of sleep. Some people are lucky if they get 3 hours sleep. Some people work more than one job, 2+ jobs. Some people have, babies that wake up during the night, puppies that wake up during the night. It's not as simple as get this amount of sleep, relax after work, because not everyone has that luxury. That's just not everyone's life. So, relaxing is a real luxury. It's a real privilege. Here's where I feel like the way you look at skincare comes in, because I feel like a lot of people are like, I don't have time to do my skincare. I don't have time to do like 5 different products and, spend an hour doing my skincare. That's not necessarily a good skincare routine. I said this before and I'll reiterate, a good skincare routine is a routine that you will stick to and that you are consistent with and that contains sunscreen. So whether that's 3 products, a cleanser, a moisturizer and your sunscreen, 5 minutes in the morning, cleanser and moisturizer in the evening, 2 minutes. If you are being consistent and you are doing that, it's better than nothing. You are still looking after your skin. The next bit of advice I always see in the comment section that drives me absolutely crazy. This always pops up when we're talking about skincare myths and the science behind skincare, and I'm introducing you to chemists, all that kind of stuff, is if you can't pronounce the ingredients, don't put it on your face. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. This means absolutely nothing. This is harder to denounce because there's people like the EWG and Khloe Kardashian who are shoving it in our faces that chemicals are bad, toxins are bad, you need to detox your skin, all this kind of stuff, and making it sound like hardcore facts when it's not facts or science whatsoever. They're pushing this false narrative like it's fact. But the rule of if you can't pronounce it, don't put it in your face is such a old-fashioned rule that comes from like the natural is better kind of community. There's plenty of things we can't pronounce, but they're not dangerous. I saw a doctor for my head and neck the other day. That's this. I can't pronounce this. Was it dangerous? No, it was for my health. So let's have a look at an example. Let's take a look at these ingredients from this skincare product as example. It contains 4% phenylalanine. Okay, so that's in there. 1.5% myrcene, and alpha phelebedrine, 1.0%. I can't pronounce those. I struggle to pronounce those. So going by these rules, I shouldn't put this on my face. And this is kind of right because this is actually the ingredients, the chemical makeup of a lemon. But you natural skincare lovers put this shit all over your face and you love it. But it contains it contains quite a few ingredients that are just unpronounceable. And you're going to find these hard to pronounce words in all types of natural ingredients in the chemical makeup of all natural ingredients. Ones that are fine to put on your face and ones that aren't fine to put on your face. I mean, it took me ages to work out how to say niacinamide properly, but I shoved that shit all over my face. I'm still not sure I say it correctly, but my point is, this doesn't mean anything. I don't know where this came from. I think it's more what they're trying to say is if you can't mix it in your kitchen, don't use it. That's all they're trying to say. Absolute bullshit. Here's one that's not really a terrible bit of advice, but it's kind of like advice that everyone gives that kind of isn't as simple as it sounds, and that's know your skin type. And it's not that simple. So not bad advice, but knowing your skin type and sticking to products and ingredients that work for that skin type isn't the be-all and end-all of skincare or what you can use when it comes to skincare. It's a good starting point to figure out kind of like what category you fall into, right? Combination, dry, oily, normal. So it's a good starting point to then kind of go on your skincare journey and figure out what works for you. Skin types, however, usually aren't that simple. Skin types often change with season. I know mine are very seasonal. Day by day, you don't know what the fuck's going on sometimes. In summer, I'm just oily everywhere. In winter, I'm combination, oily, dry. In the in-betweens, I don't know what's going on. I can't predict what's going to go on in my skin. But going by skincare rules, in general, I'm oily. I'm only oily skinned. So if I only use products that are for my skin type, I'm screwing myself over, There's such an array of products out there that everyone can use regardless of skin type. Irregardless? You know, so if I go out and only buy products that are for my oily skin, this isn't going to help my dehydrated skin. This isn't, because you can be oily and dehydrated, you can still have dry patches, you know? So whilst it's a great starting point, don't pigeonhole yourself into that skin type, into one category, or ignore and see certain skin products as the only products you can use or you can't use, just because it goes against what is recommended for your skin. So let me know in the comments below some awful skincare advice that you see all the time on the internet. You can watch more kind of reviewy kind of videos here, and for some general light entertainment, click on the playlist here, and I'll see you over there.